All right, our museum is named the Greer Heritage Museum, and I'm very interested in your heritage. And that really, I don't know before your grandfather, but your grandfather played a really significant role in the Lyman area. Tell us a little bit about him and his work, where you came from in that side.
We came from a little area up Holly Springs Road out of Lyman. It's called Shiloh. Our grandfather, he purchased the land and gave it that the black kids may have a place for a schoolhouse. Spartanburg County furnished the material. The men in the community built the schoolhouse, and it is called Shiloh. Our grandfather named it Shiloh. Now it's Shiloh Village, Shiloh Church Road, it's Shiloh everything you could mention over there. That name came from our grandfather.
Now, I never saw a picture of your grandfather, but you showed me a picture of your grandmother. And the thing that I was not expecting, she's Cherokee.
That's right.
What was she like?
Our grandmother was, I never heard her raise her voice over a question. Never. Only time I heard her raise her voice was when she was calling her children for them to come out of the woods or wherever they were playing, and how their voice traveled. So if she had David, but I bet you one thing, they heard it. They heard her voice when she would call them. They really heard it. Our grandmother was and we are African Native American. That's what we are. From Africa, Native American. Our grandmother, Cherokee, full Cherokee Indian. Yes.
Now, you made the comment to me that school during the week, but that left the building open on the weekend.
That's right.
So then it started to be used as a church.
That's right.
So your family were in the church, and that's where you first started singing, right?
Yes. Our father and our mother, they raised us. When we first know anything, we was in church. As you might say, down under the seat there, where they keep the babies at. Cool. We was in church.
So I made a joke before this started that we can get along because we're Baptists. But the more important issue is you are men who have put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ.
Right.
And you are telling that story through your song.
That's right.
And as someone who's also put his faith in Jesus Christ, you and I are brothers in Christ. Our skin color doesn't matter. But the reality is you and I have lived very different lives.
Yes.
And I really got us, that really just struck me when I watched a concert you did at, what was it, the Methodist Church? Was that where it was? Let me see.
That
No, you did a concert, I'm sorry, I missed it, at United Methodist Church. You did a concert. The thing that struck me though was, that's a church that if you had walked in the door in 1944, you would have been carried out. And they were inviting you in to sing, and you were blessing them with these gospel songs. And I think, talk just a little bit about, you've been around so long from a completely segregated society to a society where you're invited to bless people like that. Talk a little bit about that journey.
The Methodist Church, when we got the invitation, and that's right beside of the drugstore out here, we was really delighted for that invitation to come. So we did that, and they also filmed it, and we had it on a DVD, that particular session. And we enjoyed it so very much. We got to meet the owner of Image printing uptown here, met him and all of the people. So we were very much related that we could go into white churches and sing. And we also do that now all over town. We've been in about every white church, doesn't matter, Methodist, Presbyterian, whatever. We've sung at most of the churches because all we do is trying to get the message out in song. That's all.
That God is. God is.
Let's see here. I think I've got a picture here. I'm sorry you can't see these very clearly. But when you started singing, your father taught you, you started singing in the church. Yep. And let's see here. I'm trying to get to this. Whoa, why is it going so fast? Here we go. Shaped notes. You were taught how to sing with shaped notes. There are probably some people in this room that don't have any idea what shaped notes are, how they work. How does shaped note singing work?
Shaped notes is when they're on paper, each note, and they are do, re, mi, fa, sa, la, ti. Do is ti and ti.
All music is wrote.
Written by the shape of the note. Most of our African American back when they was singing the shape note song, a lot of them could not read. So what they did, they had to have a good leader. He would go over that chorus with them one time with those shape notes. And they didn't have to do it but one time. They caught on from that and they could sing the song right on out until they really got to learn what the shape notes were and when the altos and the tenors and the sopranos and all of those would come in to sing their part. And Leon and I, we do sing a couple of the shape note songs. We still sing. But either one, we don't know the shape notes. We don't know.
Now, let's see here. I got another. I had accidentally moved to that slide with Thomas Dorsey, the father of gospel music. I learned something as I was watching some of your music. I learned I grew up singing songs of his that I didn't even know were his. White church hymnal, and one in particular that I know very well is Precious Lord, Take My Hand. Thomas Dorsey is just one of many, and even as you were singing earlier, you mentioned multiple groups that sang through the years. Just explain a little bit more about what was that like in the kind of the heyday of gospel music? There were so many groups, I can't even keep track of them all.
We met at that time. They really got started somewhere maybe in the late mid-40s. One of the groups there you see was the Golden Bells. Now they the one that sang that song, When They Ring Those Golden Bells, I'll Be There. That's where they got their name from. Now that's about as far back as I can go back as I can remember.
Randy Record Box used to play that.
Yes.
Everybody remember that? I know the black folks, I know all of them remember Randy Record Box because he come on Sunday night playing
gospel.
That the first gospel music that we heard on radio.
That's right.
My man was Randy Record Box out of Nashville, Tennessee.
WLAC
See Nashville, Tennessee.
1510 on your AM dial. 1510 on your AM dial. And we heard later that he had retired, and I had someone to look this up for me, and they say he's somewhere in Florida now still playing. This has been about 4 years ago. He may not be living now. but he was still doing what he did, still. Yeah. And his name was Gene Knowles. Gene Knowles. Is that right?
He's right. And he had a cohort, that man, he was side by the call, used to be on there.
Yes.
Now, you also mentioned Sam Cooke,
Right.
and he was probably one of the greatest. Who were the other greats?
One of the guys, I guess would probably be next to Sam Cooke, would be Julius Cheeks right out of Springfield, South Carolina here. Julius Cheeks. That man could sing. Now his first group was the Four Knights. Then that didn't sound too good going in the church, and then he called the group the Four Nightingales. No, the Nightingales. Changed it from the Four Knights to the Nightingale. Julius Cheeks and the Nightingale. Now that man could sing. Sam Cooke was the greatest. If you didn't hear Sam Cooke, you missed a treat. If you didn't hear Sam Cooke. I remember once we was at Bethlehem Center in Spartanburg, Swanee Quintet had just finished singing. Those guys had sung so hard that all of them coat and the shirt, they were wet. They were completely wet from singing gospel. And when Sam Cooke came out, he came out with that, oh, there was a woman in the Bible days who stood, and people just falling out, and they had to get EMS and put sheets over the people where they had fallen out and everything. And one of the guys from the Swanee Quintet said, I just be dog. Here I am, raining with sweat. And here this man tore the church up and ain't even sweat on his eyeball. That was his gift. That was his gift. He didn't have to sing hard. He just knew how to sing. That's like working a job. You're going to work it, you're going to let it work you.
What's the future of gospel music? Is it dying out?
Yes, because everybody's looking at the dollar. Some song, God name it, not even on the cover, not even in the song, not even in the verses. Nothing. If you didn't know that that's what they're supposed to be singing, you wouldn't even know it was gospel. How long is that gonna last?
And that is why my brother and I, we decided that we just gonna stay with this, because if it was a mistake made, then you know there was a mistake made. But now, whenever they start off a song, you might hear the first 3 words, but when the instruments come in and all of this, after that, all you doing is just going to the beat. That's all it is until they quit. But you don't even know what they're saying or nothing like that. And that's the same way with a lot of our churches. You go in at the beat and come out with the beats and boy, we have a nice time. And boy, you have to, what did you get out of the Bible? We didn't get nothing out of the Bible. We had a good time. Not an word for me to come out of the Bible.